Hey you guys, so today I am going to do kind of a show and tell on my Viseart palette here that I've gotten. Woo. So pretty, isn't it? I got the neutral matte palette for this one because I wanted some nice neutrals and I did want them to be matte, so this is perfect. I will say I love this palette. It is awesome. It goes on matte, but it has kind of a really nice natural looking brightness to it. I don't really know how to describe it, especially this highlighting shade here. That one is awesome. It really brightens up your eyes and shows up really well while staying extremely natural looking. So I really love this palette. A little goes a long way. You don't need to use a whole lot of it. But it doesn't swatch very well. Even though the colors are actually really pigmented, it doesn't swatch very well. So I'm going to show you today, as you can see I'm not wearing anything on my eyes right now, so I'm going to show you today kind of what it looks like and put it on for you. Now obviously I'm not going to use all the shades because that would look crazy, but I'm going to do kind of a nice gray kind of eye today, using these down here and then this one up here, these down here, and then this one up here at the top. I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light pen, a brush. So we're going to start with this lightest shade here. And here we go. So we're just going to kind of dab it in and we're going to put it just under the eyebrow here. So as you can see, it kind of just brightens up the area you put it on while still being very, very, very neutral and natural looking. As you can tell, you don't need a whole lot of it on your brush. I just kind of dab it in. Okay, so the next color we're going to use is this kind of purpley gray here. I don't think it says what all the, they don't have names. They don't have names, but we're just going to use this one that's purpley gray. This one right there. Okay, so we're just going to dab our Kat Von D brush in there, and then we're just going to apply this all over the eyelid. And it's such a pretty color. It really, I like this palette because these colors really go on exactly the way they look in the palette, which isn't always the case. So I really like these for that reason. You will also notice I'm not wearing any kind of base or primer because these colors go on, they stay. You don't even need a base or primer. The pigment is so strong that you don't actually need anything to kind of balance it out. It just covers any kind of red or you know, circles or anything else that you have on your eye that you would normally cover with a primer or concealer. This does the trick, this palette. Now that we've gotten our base on our eyelid, we're going to use this more true gray color here and put this in the crease. And like you can see how easily this goes on, how strong the pigment is, how little you need. I literally just dab this brush into the pigment, into the color, and boom, goes right on. And it's very blendable, but I will say you do have to work kind of quickly with it because once you get it in place, it's gonna stick. So I, you know, actually kind of like that though. Okay, now the other side. Alright, so we're getting the colors in place in the crease. Now we're just going to kind of blend it together a little bit. The last, or one of the last steps I'm going to do is I'm going to use the black shade here in the corner and line with the Kat Von D line end of the brush, or shade end of the brush. And we're just going to very easily dab it in here. And I like using this palette for lining because there's that almost gel texture in the shadow. Keeps you from having any kind of powder fall below your eye because it sticks in place. It sticks to the brush and it sticks on your eye. So you don't get any kind of powder down here, and when you line with black, that always happens and you have to have something there to catch it, or it just ruins the rest of your face. So I really like this because you don't have that problem. It goes on really well. You can get a really tight line with it because the powder's not going anywhere. And I like using this brush with it because it does a really good job of doing a tight line too. So the palette combined with this brush gives you a really nice fine line. So I'm not doing a super dark line, I'm kind of just smudging it in. You can do a darker line with this palette if you want to. And you can work so quickly with this palette, that's why I like it. You get really good pigment and color without having to work too much for it. And it still looks very natural. Okay, so we've got our liner done. How awesome and easy is this? As you can see, absolutely no powder has fallen under my eye. It's all kind of stuck in place. It's a really nice, natural, neutral looking eye, but it still has a nice brightness and color to it. But I really like this palette because it does have that gel texture. So it really stays in place. It doesn't bleed anywhere else on your face. And it does stay for a really long time. So today we're gonna have like a little bonus with the final step we're gonna do, or one of the final steps. I'm gonna use this Lancôme pencil that I got in the Cote color. I totally messed that pronunciation up. Anyway, we're gonna use this Lancôme pencil in blue. Okay, so I did the kind of gray, purpley gray tones because I wanted to be able to use this pencil with it. So that's why I did those. Okay, so now this is the first time I've used it, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm going to just kind of line on top of the black and blend it. So we'll stay with that kind of natural looking eye, but add a pop of color. I'm going to use the wing a little bit too. Ooh, I like it. Very nice. Okay, now we'll do the other eye. Okay. Oh, I like it. I hope you can see that it's kind of a blue. It's really pretty. And just so you can see it better, and for an extra pop of color, I'm going to tight line on the inside of my lower lash line. Just on the lashes. Just for an extra, ooh, extra little pop of color. I love this shade. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's such a bright, vibrant blue. But then with the kind of neutral tones of the eye from the Viseart palette, of the rest of the eye, it's not too like bright or shocking. I feel like you could kind of wear this a lot of different places. Okay, awesome. Oh, this is so fun. So I'm just finishing up with my mascara, and I'm using the bareMinerals Lash Domination Mascara. It's my favorite. It's really nice. So got this guy here. So this is what you can do. This is the finished look. Hopefully you can kind of see the colors and stuff. This is what you can do with the Viseart palette. I love it. That being said, it is $80. So I don't know if I can recommend it at full price because it's kind of crazy for just, you know, this little palette for $80. But I mean, I really do love the product. It's really good. So if you can get it at a discount, much better. I do recommend it though. It's really awesome. And I will say too, and I've had this for a little while, and I've barely made a dent in it. You don't need much at all. You just dab your brush in and you've got all the pigment you need to cover your whole eye. So I do really like this palette a lot. So yeah, I hope you like the finished look, and I will list all the products in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!